Distinguished guests, dear participants, very good afternoon from Taiwan and a very good morning to all of you there in Tanzania. It's really a great pleasure for me to say a few words at the opening of this first All Africa Summit on diversifying food systems with African traditional vegetables to increase health, nutrition, and wealth. Malnutrition, be it hunger, micronutrient deficiency, or overweight or obesity, is a tremendous problem worldwide, and Africa is not an exception. Vegetables are among the most affordable sources of vitamins, minerals, and plant-based proteins, which are essential for good health. They can provide tremendous power on your plate. However, vegetable intake in Africa is far below the recommended World Health Organization minimum of 240 grams per person per day. We are all familiar with the tomatoes, peppers, carrots, and other vegetables that are universally produced, commercialized, and consumed. We usually call them global vegetables. But there are hundreds of vegetables that are locally produced and socially and culturally accepted as local foods. These traditional vegetables, some of them here on the screen, are either endemic crops that were domesticated and cultivated in the same place they originated from, or crops that have been introduced into a country and are now recognized as traditional vegetables. African traditional vegetables are the topic of our discussions over the next 3 days, and it is very timely indeed. The huge diversity in African traditional vegetables could potentially play an important role in ensuring adequate levels of nutrition on the continent. Traditional vegetables often have a much higher nutritional value than their global counterparts. All these colors, shapes, and nutrients can provide tremendous health and nutritional power on your plate. They also contribute to climate resilience by diversifying farming systems and create important income generation and job opportunities, both on and off farm. Unfortunately, traditional vegetables tend to be underutilized, undervalued, and poorly integrated in current markets and diets. Consumers may not recognize their nutritional value and may even consider them old-fashioned, poor man's food. Some traditional vegetables are associated with long preparation time and considered not fit to be integrated into modern recipes. We really have to change that picture. And to do that, I suggest we embrace a food systems perspective, simplified in this figure by the 3 Ps. We need to push supply and pool demand for traditional vegetables simultaneously and using the right policy and governance framework and the right incentives to move forward in a sustainable and equitable manner. So let's start with the push side. Quality seed is the main bottleneck to integrate traditional vegetables into food systems. There's a need to find local favorites among the vast diversity that is out there. We need to identify those traditional varieties that fit best in local environmental settings and diets and connect these with formal and informal seed systems to reach farmers. Of course, next to quality seed, farmers also need incentives to adopt good agricultural practices that raise productivity, extend growing seasons, and guarantee food safety. We need short connection lines between producers and consumers, creating trust and enabling vastly reduced post-harvest losses. And also investments in food environments are important, in particular in wet markets, to improve food safety, hygiene, and reduce waste. Now let's move to the pool side. Traditional vegetables need to be appealing and easy to prepare and fit into local recipes. Information campaigns are needed to raise interest in these traditional vegetables, and they could include promotion campaigns with consumer champions to celebrate nutrition, taste, and cultural values of these vegetables. Healthy eating preferences and habits are also best learned early. World Veg and partners have conducted school garden programs in both Africa and Asia. And through a hands-on experience with gardening and nutritional education, children learned how to grow and appreciate healthy food, such as fruit and vegetables. Children generally became more aware and knowledgeable about vegetables and liked to consume them, but a positive effect on consumption was rarely found. School gardens are just too small to produce sufficient quantities of vegetables for school lunches. Therefore, these school garden programs were successful in working on the demand pull side, but not on the push supply side. They must be combined with, for example, home garden programs for parents or caregivers. Another way would be to stimulate greater involvement of parents and local farmers in the school meal program and source vegetables locally. Last but not least is the policy and governance framework. Promotion of traditional vegetables must fit within local, national, and regional initiatives to reduce malnutrition and to get crucial buy-in from policy and decision makers to invest in infrastructure and provide the right push and pull incentives. It will help to emphasize that besides the nutritional potential of traditional vegetables, there's also tremendous economic potential through income generation and job creation along the value chain from seed to retail, with clear opportunities for women and youth. The tremendous diversity of traditional vegetables is a great asset since it provides so many opportunities to adapt to local growth conditions, adding color, taste, nutrition, and health qualities to people's diets. Traditional vegetables may have very important, still to be discovered nutrition and health qualities and agronomic traits, such as resistance to pests and diseases or tolerance to drought. However, the reality is that the diversity of traditional vegetables in farming systems around the world is on the decline because diets and food production are becoming homogenized, often driven by urbanization. There's really a great need to conserve and document the diversity of traditional African vegetables before this is lost, and this is really important for Africa. A recent study led by the World Vegetable Center, as you can see on the screen, published in Biodiversity Research, focused on 126 traditional African vegetables, and only a few were conserved well in gene banks in Africa. About 1/3 of these vegetables were represented by less than 10 accessions or even no accessions at all. So to secure these genetic resources for humanity, we need to organize collection missions for ex situ in conservation, upgrade seed banks in Africa to keep the seeds safe, and also support national conservation programs to improve the in situ conservation of these vegetables and their wild relatives. As we enter 2021, the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables, this first All Africa Summit on diversifying food systems with African traditional vegetables to increase health, nutrition, and wealth is truly a wake-up call about the need to unleash the nutritional and economic power of traditional African vegetables. That power should be on everybody's plate every single day. I very much look forward to the debates and the recommendations that will be formulated on the last day of this summit. We must come up with a concrete plan of action to realize the nutritional and economic power of traditional African vegetables whilst conserving their diversity. Thank you.